Hello everyone. In this lecture we will discuss electrostatic problems related to linear dielectric medium. So first problem here is a primitive model for an atom consists of a point nucleus plus Q surrounded by a uniformly charged spherical cloud minus Q of radius A. Calculate the atomic polarizability of such an atom. So as per our problem, suppose this is a primitive model for an atom which consists of a positive nucleus and this is surrounded by a negative clouds, and radius of this atom is, suppose this is A. Now here this is the case in the absence of electric field, that is electric field is equals to 0. Now when we apply the electric field, then the positive charge will move towards the direction of electric field and negative charge will move in the opposite direction. That is, here this positive charge slightly move along the direction of the electric field. Suppose this distance is d. So I will repeat the same point. Here positive charge will move along the direction of the electric field and negative charge will move in the opposite direction. Here we consider only this positive charge, and suppose this distance is small d. Then mathematically we can write electric field is equals to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, and here we have a charge is, as we discussed, this charge is plus Q, charge is Q d over A cube, because A is the radius of the spheric sphere, so A cube is the volume. Or we can write QD is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught A cube, and here we have E, and this QD we know this is equals to the dipole moment P. Okay, so we can write P is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught A cube E. So as we discussed in the linear dielectrics, polarization is directly proportional to E. Because polarization is directly proportional to E, therefore this is nothing, this is a constant, and this constant here is, this is alpha, this is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught A cube. So alpha is a constant as known as atomic polarizability. So here atomic polarizability is equals to 4 pi epsilon naught A cap. Further we can write, that is alpha, if we divide by 3 pi epsilon naught A cube and multiply by 3, then we can write 4 over 3 pi A cube, this is equals to V. So we can write 3 epsilon naught V. So here V is the volume of the sphere, or we can say volume of the atom. In our case this is a volume of atom. Okay. Then in second problem we have, here we want to find the electric field produced by a uniformly polarized sphere of radius r. To understand this, suppose we have two spheres, and here one sphere is positive and suppose another sphere is negative. So when we superimpose, here we are interested to superimpose these two spheres. So without here we two have cases. Without polarization, when we superimpose these two spheres, then the charge will cancel completely. I will repeat the same. Without polarization, if we superimpose these two spheres, then the charge will cancel completely. Okay, but when the material is uniformly polarized, when these two spheres are polarized and we superimpose these two spheres, okay, this is, here we have one condition, that is uniformly polarized. If these two spheres are uniformly polarized, then the positive charge will move in the upward direction, that is from here to here, that is here we have a nucleus. This positive charge will move in the upward direction and negative charge will move in the downward direction. Okay, so as a result we get a positive charge or positive we get a positive charge cap on the top and negative charge cap on the bottom. Okay, so here electric field is equals to minus 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. Here we have a QD over r cube, because r is the radius of the sphere. Okay, so or again we can write P is equals to QD. This is a vector quantity, and further polarization we can write P into V. Why it is so? Because polarization is equals to dipole moment per unit volume, and this is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube, and here we have polarization P. Okay, so dipole moment, this is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube into P. So when we substitute the value of P in this first equation, then we can write E equals to minus 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught, and here this is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube here into 1 over r cube into P. So this 4 pi is cancelled with 4 pi and r cube is cancelled with r cube. So as a result we get E equals to 1 over 3 epsilon naught P. So electric field is equals to 1 over 3 epsilon naught P. So here we have one important point here is this distance, this is a distance that is displaced from positive to negative charge, but this distance is very small. Okay, here we have this is a exaggerated picture. Okay, then next problem here we have, Suppose we have a long straight wire carrying uniformly line charge lambda is surrounded by a rubber insulation out to a radius a. Find the electric displacement. I'll repeat the same. A long straight wire carrying uniform line charge. Suppose this is a long straight wire and lambda is the charge here, that is charge per unit length, and it is surrounded by a rubber insulation okay, and here suppose a is the radius as per problem. To solve this, first of all we will draw a cylindrical Gaussian shape. So here this is a Gaussian surface, and suppose this distance is s, that is radius is s, and suppose here L is the length of this Gaussian cylinder. Okay, now here we will apply the Gauss law. So according to Gauss law, in the presence of a dielectric, here we have this is a electric displacement vector, and this is equals to total free charge enclosed. So here we can write dA, and this is equals to total free charge enclosed, and this area of the cylinder, we know this is a 2 pi SL, and this is equals to lambda L. Okay, so here L is cancelled with L, and electric displacement vector is equals to lambda over 2 pi s. Because this is a vector quantity, so we can write s cap here. So this is the electric displacement. Okay, then next problem is find the volume of a sphere of radius r using spherical polar coordinates. Okay, so here for this that is volume of sphere is equals to, we can write dV. dV is a small volume element, and as per, because we are using the spherical polar coordinates, and according to this we can write r square sine theta dr d theta and d phi. So here we have a spherical coordinates, so we can write limits r square dr, then sine theta d theta, and here we have d phi. So in case of a r, limit vary from 0 to r because radius is r, then for theta limit vary from 0 to pi, and for phi 0 to 2 pi. These two are interchangeable, but generally we prefer 0 to pi for theta and 0 to 2 pi for phi. So when we integrate this, we can write r3 over 3, 0 to r. Here we have minus cos theta 0 to pi, and this is phi 0 to 2 pi. Or we can write 1 by 3 r cube. Here we have minus cos pi plus cos 0, and here this is a 2 pi. Or we can write 1 over 3 r cube. This is 1 plus 1, and here we have 2 pi, and this is finally this is equals to 1 by 3 r cube and 2 into 2 pi, that is this is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube. So volume of sphere of radius r is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cube. Okay, thank you.